Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, and the way that I do it, number one, is I help people to realize that what they consider their soul is the spirit of God, which of course lives inside of you. And if you take claim to that and ownership of that you of your soul, then therefore you are God, and you have the ability to create and do many other things, just like God. Number two, people, is that I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people. And most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is that whatever you see that you don't like, you change it. It's like as you look at yourself, obviously we live different lives in the sense that we compartmentalize our lives based on the roles that we're playing. And I say playing because those are all roles. It's like I shared it with you before. It's like you're an employee, you're a business owner, your husband, your dad. Those are all roles that you're playing or doing on a daily basis. And the great epiphany, is that you got to realize that how you are one way is the way you're being in other areas. Because in some areas of our lives we could be winning like awesomely. And then in other areas we can maybe not be winning as much, you know what I'm saying? And it's like in the past it would be just like compartmentalizing, like, okay, well, that's that part right there. But there's power though when you take accountability and realize that how you're being in one way is the way you're being, whether you show up in the other areas that way or not. But the fact that you're doing it in this area means that it's something that you need to work on. So if it's something that you're doing that you're not happy about the way you're being, then you have the ability, you have the authority, you have the know-how on changing that. That means that's what you're going to change. And that's what you change, and that's what change looks like. It's like anything that you identify about yourself that you don't really like, that you don't really like, then pretty much you have the ability to make those necessary changes. You do, people, and that's how you go about creating your new awesome amazing life. Is that you have to basically face, I call it shadow work. You can call it facing your demons. It's like facing the things about you that you're not overly impressed with or happy about, and make a conscious and intentional decision that you're going to change that, whatever that is. Because at the end of the day, we have the power, we have the ability. We just simply need to take responsibility and accountability for whatever those areas in our lives are that we do want to change. But I want you to know that you hold that power, man. And it's like as time goes by, the areas where you do find yourself shining, where you really like what that looks like, then you need to figure out how can you merge those qualities in the other areas or the other roles in your life. How can you make the changes so that you can embody those ways of being in those other roles also. And to me, that's what makes life interesting, man, is that you're literally creating the life you want. And there's plenty of ups and downs along the way. There's plenty of trials and tribulation. There's plenty of, and that's what hurt and pain looks like as you take the time to look at the things you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And you got to face those people because that's how you grow. That's what growth looks like. And being in the unknown, you don't always get it right, but at least if you are aware of what you need to work on, then you can at least get busy doing that, man. And I tell you, people, it's awesome, man, when you take that on, that challenge on, because that's what it is sometimes. And being willing to not only face your problems, but being able to actually, make the necessary steps, taking the actions that are necessary to change your life. That's what bravery looks like. That's what courage looks like, And I want to applaud those of you that embrace this new journey and to get busy transforming your lives, man, because that's an awesome space to be. Let's get busy working on that, all right? Anyways, people, shout out to my co-creators of Heaven and Earth International. Obviously, this is the space where we connect energetically. For those of you that's out there that's considering coming up with content, speaking your truth, I definitely want to encourage you in that regards, and just realizing that, again, there's a few ways how we can connect energetically. Every single day, people, 365 days a year, I've committed my life to doing this. You know what I'm saying? Not just videos per se, but just really doing the work that's necessary, man, to elevate to the next level. And I hope and I implore you to go on this journey also of self-discovery as well as contribution to humanity, And the way you do it, people, is number one, again, which I saw in the vision, is three things. Number one is that you must accept that you are your soul. You are the spirit of God that lives inside of you. You have to genuinely believe that, people. And what that does is really help you to change your life once you develop that as your mentality. Number two, people, is that, you follow my page. You watch my videos and follow my page. That's how we connect energetically, because as I speak my truth, that's inspiring you and open and giving you ideas on what to do to transform your life. And number three, people, is to literally use the new currency, which is authenticity and truth, is you speak your truth, man, whatever that looks like, and don't really worry about what people got to say or think about you. Just do exactly what you're led to do, you know what I'm saying? Because in those instances, the spirit is guiding you. Speak your truth, man. And as you do that, people, that's how you receive God's favor over your life. That's how you receive the protection of God over your life. That's how you receive an abundance of blessings, man, not just financial wise, but across the board. You receive genuine happiness. You receive, peace. You receive all the things that money can't buy, man, because those are the embodiment for those people that choose to believe that the Spirit of God lives inside of them. Those are the rewards. Anyways, that's that, people. Let's get busy connecting energetically. And of course, pray. Every chance you get. Pray for yourself. Pray for this world, Shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who's the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. People, obviously, I'm here to unite the Caribbean and Africa, but at most of the times I'll be highlighting things that I'm seeing that I'm very impressed with. Right now, in Jamaica, man. Man, they found copper and gold, people. I think it's 3M metal or 3C metal. I don't know, some company out of Canada that is mining down there, doing a lot of testing, and they think they found a really big, very promising deposit of copper and gold. And as you mine for the copper, they simultaneously mine it for the gold because they're somewhat together. The biggest thing I'll say, man, and it's not just for Jamaica, but any countries, again, any natural resource that you have is either a blessing or a curse. It could be a blessing to actually provide job opportunities and just benefits for the people of those countries, or it could be a curse in a sense that corruptions and other things or signing away the rights to foreign interests. You know what I'm saying? It can be a blessing or a curse. The only way it's a blessing, though, is that Jamaica and any other country with natural resource, you have to make sure you have full control over your resources, whether it's through contracts or full ownership or whatever you want to do. All I know is, man, is that we have to protect our interests when it comes to all these resources that we're finding, not just in Jamaica, but any country, especially in the Caribbean and Africa. People, as always, man, united we stand. We're going to choose to always be our brothers and sisters keepers. And we're always going to focus on each one teach one. Whatever we know, people, we teach others, man, so we could be a blessing in other people's lives. My declarations over your life, people: number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. You know, my prayer for you today, people, is that you really choose to let the Spirit of God guide you, man. Let that be your guide, you know. And pray for that, people. Pray that the Spirit will lead you more versus you, your physical flesh, in this 3D world. Blessings on to you, people. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow.